So
you gave it up, right?
I did. So.
They didn't cancel you. You canceled them.
You're not aware of this?
Number 10, Aziz Ansari. Not only is Aziz Ansari ridiculously funny, he also uses his platform to advocate for better representation of minorities in the media. So, when the Late Show host Stephen Colbert brought this up in an interview with the comedian, and jokingly added that with the two of them on his show,
50% of the people on TV are not white. Yeah.
Ansari did not hesitate to shoot back that indeed, such diversity was an...
This is like an all-time high for CBS.
Yeah.
Their discussion of representation didn't end there, though, as they went on to joke about how a fact-checking mistake that led to Stephen calling Aziz's book by the wrong name would likely lead to someone getting fired, and that's someone being white, since Aziz quipped,
"There are a lot of white guys back there."
Yeah,
so.
there are.
Number 9, Little Mix. When releasing the video for their song Strip, Little Mix featured themselves and other women of all body shapes and sizes in little to no clothing in an effort to promote body positivity. This didn't go over well with Good Morning Britain host Piers Morgan, who claimed that if men did this, they'd be arrested, and that the nudity was just a ploy to sell records.
Come in, all of you, bit of girl power, and come and swear to my face and explain to me why you stripping your clothes off is not about selling records, but it's actually about something a little bit more profound.
When the comments were brought up to the girls in an interview, band member Jessie called him,
No. Language, Jessie!
To which Morgan responded with demands that the group apologize to him directly.
I have on International Men's Day, which it is today, I have an equally empowering image, which I don't want to share with the nation. Here it is.
While the group never ended up going on GMB, they included the clip of Morgan's demands in the intro to a song during the LM5 tour. Number 8, Nicki Minaj. Wendy Williams is known for spilling all the tea, even if it gets her into controversy.
There are some naysayers who say, why did you marry this guy, Kenneth Petty? So she's Nicki Minaj Petty.
This was no different when the host commented on Nicki Minaj's marriage to Kenneth Petty while including details of his criminal past.
Nicki Minaj's husband's name is Kenny Petty, and he's a registered sex offender.
After seeing Williams' comments, Minaj called Wendy out in a separate radio interview for her hypocrisy, claiming that Williams has rappers on her show that talk about shooting and killing, and that Petty had paid his debt to society.
Do you mention Gucci Man's body every time you mention him? Or when you discussing his wife, do you mention his man down, his charge?
She also brought up Wendy's now ex-husband, Kevin Hunter, who had an affair that resulted in his mistress having a baby, saying that the money Williams makes from being, quote, vicious, paid for his mistress's shopping sprees, hotels, and medical bills.
It's not about you doing your job. There are people who report the news, and there are people who do it with an evil intent in their heart, viciousness. And I pray for you because I know you're hurting, and I know you must be sick and humiliated.
Number 7, John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. Following the death of legendary boxer Muhammad Ali, host Piers Morgan, him again, tweeted out that the former boxer had said, quote, far more inflammatory/racist things about white people than Donald Trump ever has about Muslims, and that he, quote, hopes people don't make me sound too perfect when I die. Chrissy and her husband, John Legend, were less than pleased with the talk show host, with John taking to Twitter to tell Morgan that, quote, you could test us by announcing your retirement, while Chrissy informed her husband that, quote, trolling isn't a job. Legend and Teigen aren't the only celebrities who've taken shots at the host, as Sophie Turner has also schooled him on Twitter about the importance of mental health awareness. Number 6, Hasan Minhaj. While Ellen mispronouncing Hasan Minhaj's name during his appearance on her show in 2019 may not have been Adele Dazeem level bad, it was enough to have the Patriot Act host call her out on it.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And it's Hasan Minhaj.
No.
Yes.
No.
Really?
Well, my name is Hasan Minhaj.
Oh.
I want to do this, I actually want to do this on national television.
Good, please, because everyone that says your name says Hasan Minhaj.
Yeah.
Not only is Minhaj clapping back at Ellen, but also at anyone who has ever mispronounced his name, as he goes on to call out the hypocrisy of those that mispronounce his name while being able to pronounce the names of other celebrities with odd names, quipping that
there's an actor just named Ansel Elgort, and we all just walk around pronouncing it completely normally.
Yeah.
Minhaj also joked that when ordering Starbucks, he goes by the pseudonym Timothy Chalamet to keep things simple. Zing!
And what do they do at Starbucks? What do they...
At Starbucks, I just go by Timothy Chalamet.
That's good.
I just keep it simple.
Yeah.
And they usually do it right with they're like Timothy with 2 E's, and I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Oh, wow.
Number 5, Anne Hathaway. When Anne Hathaway appeared on the Today Show to promote Les Miserables, the interview took an odd turn, as later disgraced host Matt Lauer got weirdly invasive.
Anne Hathaway, good morning. Nice to see you.
Morning, Matt.
Seen a lot of you lately.
Sorry about that.
You were.
I'd be happy to stay home, but the film.
Let's just get it out of the way. You had a little wardrobe malfunction.
Lauer started off the interview in an extremely inappropriate fashion by saying that he'd seen, quote, a lot of her lately, referring to an incident where paparazzi took a photograph at an angle where you could see under Hathaway's dress. Lauer then went on to ask what she had, quote, learned from the incident, placing the blame not on the photographers who had invaded Hathaway's privacy, but instead on the actress herself.
Now, what's the lesson learned from something like that, other than that you keep smiling, which you always do?
While Lauer continued to push the invasive line of questioning, Hathaway shut him down with incredible decency and grace.
Well, it was obviously an unfortunate incident.
Yeah.
I think it kind of made me sad on two accounts. One was that I was very sad that we live in an age when someone takes a picture of another person in a vulnerable moment and rather than delete it and do the decent thing, sells it.
Number 4, Jerry Seinfeld. When Jerry Seinfeld joined Larry King on his CNN show Larry King Live, things quickly turned very awkward as the conversation turned to the Seinfeld finale.
Wow, it's only a year. That's not so bad. We'll be out in a year. And then we'll be back. Could be fun. Don't have to worry about your meals or what you're gonna do Saturday nights. And they do shows. Yeah, we could put on a show. Maybe, Bye Bye Birdie.
King, who asked the show's namesake if the show was canceled or if Jerry had, quote, canceled them, quickly retracted the inquiry as Seinfeld began questioning if King even knew who he was and asked to see the longtime host's resume.
So you gave it up, right?
I did, sir.
They didn't cancel you. You canceled them.
You're not aware of this?
While it's uncertain if the comedian was actually hurt by Larry's lack of knowledge or was just joking, we can be sure that no one will ever ask Jerry if Seinfeld was canceled again.
Don't most shows go down a little?
Most people do also. But...
Number 3, Zendaya.
I want to say to Zendaya and anyone else out there that I have hurt that I am so sincerely sorry. This really has been a learning experience for me. I've learned a lot today. And this incident has taught me to be a lot more aware of cliches and stereotypes.
While E's Fashion Police provides a platform for fashion commentators to discuss the stylistic choices celebrities make on the red carpet, the commentary went too far when host Juliana Rancic said some less than appropriate things about actress Zendaya. At the 2015 Academy Awards, Zendaya showed up with her hair styled in dreadlocks, a choice that didn't go over well with Rancic, who said the style made her feel like Zendaya.
She smells like patchouli oil. Or weed. Yeah, maybe weed?
Not only did Rancic's comments spark outrage with viewers and online, but Zendaya took to Instagram to clap back at the host, stating that, quote, certain remarks cannot go unchecked, while calling the comments, quote, outrageously offensive and, quote, a large stereotype.
And I took my time and crafted something that I felt like was the right way to respond to something like that, while making it something positive, making it something that would educate people.
Yes. Number 2, Jimmy Kimmel. It probably wasn't the best idea to bring Jimmy Kimmel, a longtime friend of fellow talk show host Conan O'Brien, on the Jay Leno show in the midst of a major feud between Leno and O'Brien, but it sure was entertaining. During one of the show's segments, 10 at 10, Jimmy Kimmel joined as a guest via webcam to answer what appeared to be easy questions.
We have 10 questions. Question number 1, you had fun impersonating me Tuesday night on the Jimmy Kimmel show. What is the secret to doing a good Jay Leno impression?
Well, I hate to give away my secrets, but it's part Sylvester the cat, it's part Curly from the Three Stooges, and part Scrappy Doo.
However, Jimmy took every opportunity he could to throw shade at Leno, commenting on everything from his appearance to his canceled show to, of course, the Conan feud.
I think the best prank I ever pulled was I told the guy that 5 years from now I'm going to give you my show. And then when the 5 years came, I gave it to him, and then I took it back almost instantly. It was hilarious.
Number 1, Dakota Johnson. When Dakota Johnson appeared on Ellen, things turned awkward very fast as the longtime host questioned Johnson for not inviting her to her 30th birthday party.
You turned 30.
I did.
And how was the party? I wasn't invited.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited.
Despite Ellen's protestations, the actress insisted she had indeed invited her and had never actually gotten a reason as to why Ellen didn't attend. It wasn't until after Ellen's producer stepped in and informed the host that she had been invited that Ellen gave in, choosing to change the subject to Dakota's favorite comedian. Spoiler alert, it's not Ellen.
Yeah.
But I did invite you and you didn't come. So.
This time you invited me?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
How do you know? I don't think so.
Ask everybody.
This isn't the first time Dakota Johnson has clapped back at a talk show host. She also hilariously called Jimmy Fallon out for talking over her during an appearance on The Tonight Show.
Well, no.
It's cool
I sort of...
Do they allow dogs at the hotel?
Aren't you supposed to let people talk on the show?
Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.